be cold. That's a good look for you, Bri. Not sure why.
Because it hides my ears, probably with the hat on. Maybe I'll just keep this on for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's cold here. We are in Rochester, Minnesota, Olmsted County. The other places that we have gone on our election roadmap road trip have been states that Trump flipped to him. Well, this one is going to maybe flip the script on that because Minnesota obviously went to Hillary Clinton in 2016, but not by much. And so that is why we are here in this battleground state. Clinton won by about 45,000 votes, just about 1.5% of the population, by the way, and she was up 6% on a polling average coming into it. So Trump narrowed that. He thinks he might be able to do it again. And there's a lot of intrigue around Minnesota as of when we just drove in last night, guys. In the last 24 hours, Joe Biden announced he is going to do what he calls a drive-in rally at 3:45 p.m. Central up in St. Paul. President Trump is going to hold his own rally here, and there's been drama around that. He wanted to have a big event at the airport. Then he moved it to a private company. Then for some reason moved it back to the airport. And then the governor said that he can't have this big open rally with thousands of people because of COVID. And so they're limiting it to 250 people. Trump sort of taking jabs at the Democratic governor over that. There was also an appeals court ruling about counted ballots here, guys, saying that any ballot, mail-in ballot received after 8 p.m. on election night has to be segregated and may not be counted. So there is all of a sudden all this drama around a state, which a lot of people probably consider, guys, reliably blue. But again, if you look back at 2016, 45,000 vote margin for Clinton, 235,000 people voted for third-party candidates, sort of a staunchly independent state, Minnesota. There are 7 candidates on the presidential ballot, including Kanye West and others here. So there's a lot of other candidates, unlike Pennsylvania. You've got this court ruling about mail-in ballots. You've got, whatever poll you're looking at. Trafalgar Group, Joe, which was one of the few polling companies that got it right in 2016, has Biden and Trump statistically tied. I can find you a poll that shows that Biden's up 10% too. But either way, both candidates must feel it's in play because they're both coming into the state today.
Yesterday I was surprised at that. He is venturing out, the vice president, and I thought it was, to get him out, and now he's going to Minnesota. I thought that was really strange, Brian, and that's what people say, that you can tell what's really happening with the campaigns themselves as to where they send individuals. Remember that they asked President Obama to go to Philly, and Pennsylvania would I think Biden reportedly had a big lead when he went there. So, and of course, all the usual suspects like Florida and Ohio, and you're going to see that. But Minnesota was a real interesting one, I thought. Right? And I don't think Biden is going to Texas. They talk about it, but he's not going there, is he?
Not that I know of. Trump's going to Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota today. Listen, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, I guess. Our election calculus, our own team putting together this trip, must have gotten it right. I mean, we just planned to be here, and now that Trump and Biden are both going to be in the state, I guess even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes. But I don't want to give away exactly where we're going to be on Monday as part of this trip, but we're going to end this road trip in Michigan. And now we're just finding out that Biden and Obama will be in Michigan on Monday as well. We don't know where yet. They're not announcing it. Hopefully where we are just happened to be. Who knows? But we kind of got lucky today with Trump coming in here. By the way, that map is wrong. Because of the weather, I'm not going to go over the top through St. Ignace, Escanaba, get a Big C burger at Clyde's, drive down 75 through Gaylord, Michigan. We're going to go back around the other way under Chicago and back up. But a lot of drama around Minnesota, guys. 10 electoral college votes here. Obviously, you got this court ruling about mail-in ballots. And I want to highlight this point, Joe. It is, and I'm not taking anything away from our election night coverage, but it is very possible that we will not know the winner of the presidential election on election night. And I say that because Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota have about 7 million mail-in ballots as of this morning. They are not allowed to begin counting those ballots until the morning of Election Day. So if we believe in 3 states where a margin of victory was about 100,000, that you can count 7 or 8 mail-in ballots in a day, that seems like a big job no matter who's doing it. So it could be a long election week. But we're going to be here in Minnesota certainly all day as Trump is set to fly in. Should be interesting later on this afternoon, Joe.
Yeah, it should. If it's any consolation, we'll be here at 5 a.m. on that Wednesday. So we'll take the baton, can get passed, and whenever it happens, hopefully we'll be here. Something will be going on to talk about it. Right, Brian? You'll be back by then. You'll be there for election night, I know. I don't know how late you'll be staying there, but I'd bring your sleeping bag. And then we'll be back. They're cozy. I love sleeping bags. Anyway, thanks, Brian. We'll see you. Thanks for playing along too. Great minds. You knew